Here's a shocking truth that nobody talks about. Making more money won't make you wealthy. You probably know someone who earns six figures, but still lives paycheck to paycheck. Meanwhile, you might also know someone with a modest income who's built impressive wealth over time. The difference isn't their salary, it's their habits. Recent surveys suggest that between 50% and 62% of Americans report living paycheck to paycheck, spanning all income levels. Even high earners, those making $100,000 or more per year, can experience financial stress similarly to middle-income earners. The real issue isn't how much money people make, but how they manage the money they have. It's not your salary that determines your financial future. It's not your education, your background, or even your opportunities. It's your daily money habits. Today, I'm going to reveal the 9 most destructive money habits that are silently sabotaging your financial future. More importantly, I'm going to show you exactly how to break free from each one. So, if you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck, if you're frustrated watching others get ahead while you stay stuck, if you're ready to finally take control of your financial destiny, then pay close attention. Because what you learn in the next few minutes could change everything. Habit number 1. Taking advice from the wrong people. The first habit that's keeping you broke is one of the most dangerous because it feels so innocent. You're taking financial advice from people who haven't achieved the financial results you want. Think about this for a moment. Would you take workout advice from someone who's overweight? Would you ask someone who's never run a marathon to coach you for a marathon? Of course not. Yet, every day, people take financial advice from broke friends, struggling family members, and advisors who haven't built wealth themselves. Here's the brutal truth. If they don't have what you want, don't do what they do. The 3 types of people you should listen to. First, mentors. These are people who have already succeeded in the thing you want to do. They've walked the path you want to walk. They've made the mistakes you want to avoid. They've figured out what works and what doesn't through real experience, not theory. Second, coaches. These are specialists with deep expertise in specific areas. They might not be billionaires, but they have mastered particular skills that you need. A good coach has helped other people just like you achieve the results you want. The key is to find coaches who have a track record of success with their clients. Don't just look at their credentials, look at their results. How many people have they helped? What outcomes did those people achieve? Third, peers. These are people on a similar journey, ideally 1 to 2 years ahead of you. They bring you certainty that you're making the right decisions because they're seeing what's working in the market right now, in real time. Peers are valuable because they're close enough to your situation to understand your challenges, but far enough ahead to guide you through immediate obstacles. Let me give you a concrete example. Sarah wanted to buy her first investment property. She asked her friend John, who had never invested in real estate, for advice. John told her, "Real estate is too risky. Just put your money in a savings account." If Sarah had followed this advice, she would have missed out on the property appreciation and rental income that could have built her wealth over time. Instead, Sarah found a mentor who owned 15 rental properties. The mentor taught her how to analyze deals, how to secure financing, how to find good tenants. Within 2 years, Sarah owned 3 properties that were generating positive cash flow and building equity. The difference wasn't just in the advice itself, it was in the source of the advice. How to implement this. Before you take anyone's financial advice, ask yourself, what are their actual results in this area? If they haven't achieved what you want to achieve, thank them politely and find someone who has. Create a list of mentors, coaches, and peers in different areas of your financial life. Investment mentors, business coaches, successful peers. Build relationships with these people. Their guidance will be worth more than all the generic advice from well-meaning but unsuccessful people. Habit number 2. Not investing in your health. The second habit keeping you broke might surprise you: not investing in your health. Most people think health and wealth are separate topics. They're not. Your health is the foundation of your wealth-building capacity. Here's what most people don't understand. Poor health equals poor performance, and poor performance equals poor income. The hidden cost of poor health. When you're unhealthy, you have less energy. When you have less energy, you're less productive. When you're less productive, you earn less money. When you earn less money, you have less to invest. It's a downward spiral that most people never connect to their health choices. Let me paint you a picture. John works 12 hours a day, never exercises, eats fast food for most meals, and gets 5 hours of sleep. He thinks he's being productive. He thinks he's maximizing his earning potential. But here's what's really happening. John gets sick 2 to 3 days every month. That's 24 to 36 lost work days per year. His energy crashes in the afternoon, so his most important work suffers. His brain fog prevents him from thinking clearly about strategic decisions. His stress levels are through the roof, affecting his judgment and relationships. Meanwhile, Lisa works 9 hours a day, exercises every morning, eats healthy meals, and gets 7 to 8 hours of sleep. She rarely gets sick. Her energy is consistent throughout the day. Her mind is sharp for important decisions. She gets promoted faster, earns more, and has the mental clarity to make smart investment choices. Over 10 years, who do you think builds more wealth? The person working more hours but performing poorly, or the person working efficiently with high energy and clear thinking? Health isn't an expense. It's an investment with the highest possible returns. Here's how to think about it. A gym membership might cost $50 per month. Healthy food might cost $100 more per month than fast food. Regular health checkups might cost $500 per year. That's about $1,300 annually. But what's the return? Higher energy leading to better work performance, fewer sick days, clearer thinking for better financial decisions, increased confidence, better sleep leading to better recovery and productivity. The ability to work productively for more years of your life. If investing $1,300 in your health leads to a 10% increase in your income and you make $50,000 per year, that's a $5,000 return on a $1,300 investment. That's a 385% return. No stock market investment can guarantee that kind of return. The practical implementation. Dedicate 5 to 10% of your income to health investments. This includes gym membership or home workout equipment. Healthy food. Yes, it costs more upfront, but saves on medical bills later. Regular health checkups and preventive care. Quality sleep setup. Good mattress, blackout curtains. Stress management tools. Schedule 30 to 60 minutes daily for physical activity. This isn't time lost. It's time invested in your money-making capacity. Remember, your body is the vehicle that carries you to wealth. If the vehicle breaks down, everything else stops. Maintain it like the valuable asset it is. Habit number 3. Paying everyone else first, instead of yourself. The third habit that's keeping you broke is one of the most fundamental mistakes in personal finance: paying everyone else before you pay yourself. Here's how most people handle their paycheck: rent, car payment, credit cards, subscriptions, groceries, entertainment, and then, if there's anything left, they save it. This is the poor person's formula, and it guarantees you'll stay broke. The rich person's formula. Rich people do the exact opposite. The moment their paycheck hits their account, they pay themselves first. They take at least 10%, and often much more, and immediately move it to savings and investments before they pay any bills. This isn't just a nice idea. This is a fundamental principle that determines whether you build wealth or stay broke. Why this works? When you pay yourself first, you're forcing your brain to find ways to live on less. You're creating artificial scarcity that drives efficiency and creativity in your spending. When you have less available for expenses, your mind automatically starts finding ways to cut unnecessary costs. But when you save whatever's left over, there's never anything left over. Expenses expand to fill whatever money is available. It's Parkinson's law applied to personal finance. Real-world example. Meet Sarah and Ben. Both earn $4,000 per month. Sarah pays herself first. Every payday, $400 goes directly to her investment account. She never sees it, never spends it. She lives on $3,600 and somehow always makes it work. Ben pays himself last. He pays all his bills first and saves whatever's left. Every month, there's some unexpected expense. Some reason he can't save. Some months he saves $50, some months nothing. After 1 year, Sarah has saved $4,800 plus investment returns. Ben has saved maybe $800 on a good year. After 10 years, with compound growth, Sarah has built substantial wealth while Ben is still living paycheck to paycheck, wondering why he can't get ahead despite having the same income. Paying yourself first does something powerful to your psychology. It makes building wealth automatic instead of optional. It removes the decision fatigue of, should I save this month? It eliminates the temptation to spend money that should be saved. Most importantly, it changes your identity. You become someone who automatically builds wealth, not someone who hopes to save someday. How to implement this? Set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to your savings/investment account for the day your paycheck arrives. Make it automatic so there's no decision involved. Start with 10% if possible, but if that feels impossible, start with 5% or even 1%. The amount matters less than the habit. You can always increase it later. Treat this like a bill that must be paid. In fact, it's the most important bill you'll ever pay. The bill that builds your financial future. When you pay yourself first, you're guaranteeing that wealth building happens. When you pay yourself last, you're almost guaranteeing it won't. Habit number 4, always finding reasons not to take action. The fourth habit, keeping you broke, is the paralysis of perfectionism. Always finding reasons not to take action. This might be the most expensive habit of all because it costs you time, and time is the most valuable component in building wealth. Many people say, "I'll wait for the perfect time." But there will never be a perfect time. There will never be enough money. You will never feel completely ready. If you're waiting for ideal conditions, you'll wait forever. Let me show you the actual cost of delay with a real example. David wants to start investing, but keeps saying he'll wait until he has more money. He's 25 years old. If David starts investing $200 per month at age 25 with a 7% annual return, by age 65, he'll have approximately $525,000. If he waits just 5 years and starts at age 30, investing the same $200 per month with the same 7% return, by age 65, he'll have approximately $367,000. That 5-year delay cost him $158,000. That's the price of waiting for the perfect time. If he waits until age 35 to start, he'll have approximately $244,000 by age 65. Now he's lost $281,000 compared to starting at 25. Every year you wait costs you decades of compound growth. The perfect time to start was yesterday. The second best time is today. Some people get stuck in endless research mode. They read every investing book, follow every finance guru, analyze every possible strategy, but never actually invest a single dollar. Knowledge without action is worthless. A good plan implemented today beats a perfect plan that never gets started. Behind most excuses is fear. Fear of losing money. Fear of making the wrong choice. Fear of looking foolish. But here's what you need to understand. The biggest risk isn't making a mistake. It's not starting at all. Yes, you might make some mistakes when you start. You might choose investments that don't perform perfectly, but you'll learn from those mistakes and adjust. The person who never starts never has the chance to learn, adjust, and improve. How to break the action paralysis. Start small. You don't need thousands of dollars to begin. You can start investing with $50 or $100 per month. The amount isn't important, the habit is. Embrace good enough. You don't need the perfect investment strategy. A simple, diversified portfolio will outperform most complex strategies and certainly outperforms not investing at all. Set deadlines. Give yourself 1 week to make a decision, not 1 month. Most investment decisions don't require extensive analysis. Pick a reasonable option and start. Focus on time in market. The most successful investors aren't the ones who time the market perfectly. They're the ones who spend the most time in the market. Start now, even if conditions aren't perfect. Remember, you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. Every day you delay is a day of potential compound growth lost forever. The people who build wealth aren't the ones who wait for perfect conditions. They're the ones who start with imperfect conditions and improve along the way. Habit number 5. Mindless spending and retail therapy. The fifth habit destroying your wealth is treating shopping as entertainment and therapy. In our consumer-driven society, spending money has become the default solution for boredom, stress, celebration, and depression. Marketing companies spend billions studying your psychology to make you spend money you don't have on things you don't need. They understand your emotional triggers better than you do. Feeling stressed, buy something to feel better. Feeling successful, reward yourself with a purchase. Feeling insecure, buy something to boost your confidence. Feeling bored, shop online to entertain yourself. The problem is that retail therapy doesn't actually solve any of these problems. It provides a temporary dopamine hit that fades quickly, often leaving you with buyer's remorse and a lighter bank account. Let me show you the true cost of mindless spending. Jennifer spends $200 to $300 per month on unnecessary purchases, clothes she rarely wears, gadgets she doesn't really need, impulse buys that seem small individually. That's $3,000 per year. If instead of spending that money, Jennifer invested it at a 7% annual return, after 20 years, she would have approximately $123,000. After 30 years, approximately $283,000. Those small impulse purchases aren't just costing her $3,000 per year. They're costing her hundreds of thousands in potential wealth. social media has made this problem exponentially worse. Every day, you're bombarded with ads disguised as content, influencers pushing products, and the curated highlight reels of people spending money on luxury items. Instagram and TikTok aren't just social platforms. They're shopping platforms designed to make you feel like you need more stuff to be happy, successful, or attractive. The constant comparison with others drives unnecessary spending. You see someone with a new car, new clothes, new gadgets, and suddenly your perfectly good possessions feel inadequate. Online shopping has made spending money easier than ever. One click and anything you want is on its way to your door. No time to think about whether you really need it. No physical act of handing over cash that makes the purchase feel real. The easier it becomes to spend, the more we spend without thinking. Credit cards, buy now pay later services, and one-click purchasing all remove the natural friction that used to make us pause before buying. So how to breaking the cycle? The 48-hour rule. Before making any non-essential purchase over $50, wait 48 hours. Write down what you want to buy and why you want it. After 48 hours, you'll often find that the desire has passed, or you'll realize the purchase isn't as important as you initially thought. Spending limits. Set a monthly, fun money limit for discretionary purchases. Once you've spent that amount, you're done for the month. This forces you to prioritize what you really want versus what you want in the moment. Value-based spending. Before any purchase, ask yourself, does this align with my values and long-term goals? A new expensive gadget might be fun, but does it move you closer to financial freedom? Usually not. Unfollow and unsubscribe. Unfollow social media accounts that make you want to buy things. Unsubscribe from retail email lists. Remove the temptation from your environment. Find alternative activities. Replace shopping as entertainment with activities that don't cost money. Exercise, reading, learning new skills, spending time with friends and family. Track your spending. Use apps or simple spreadsheets to track where your money goes. When you see the actual numbers, it becomes harder to justify unnecessary purchases. The goal isn't to never spend money on things you enjoy. The goal is to spend intentionally on things that truly add value to your life, rather than spending impulsively on things that provide momentary pleasure but long-term financial damage. Remember, every dollar you spend on something unnecessary is a dollar that can't compound and grow into future wealth. Choose wisely. Habit number 6. Clinging to safe jobs. The sixth habit, keeping you broke, is one that most people consider responsible. Clinging to safe jobs. This might be the most dangerous financial trap of all because it feels so reasonable. Here's what most people believe about job security. Having a steady paycheck from a stable company is the safe, responsible way to build wealth. Get a good job, work hard, get regular raises, and you'll be financially secure. This thinking is not only wrong, it's financially devastating. When all your income comes from one source, you have created a single point of failure. If that company downsizes, if your industry changes, if your boss doesn't like you, if the economy shifts, your entire financial world can collapse overnight. The safe job is actually the riskiest financial strategy possible because it puts all your eggs in one basket controlled by someone else. For example, Mike worked for the same company for 15 years. He felt secure, he got small raises each year, accumulated some savings, felt like he was being responsible. He never developed skills outside his job because he felt secure where he was. Then his company was acquired. The new owners eliminated his department. Suddenly, Mike was 45 years old, out of work, with skills that weren't in demand and no alternative income sources. Meanwhile, his friend Lisa had used her job as a foundation while building multiple income streams. She had a consulting side business, investment income, and had developed marketable skills that weren't tied to any single employer. When her company also downsized, Lisa barely felt the impact because her job was just one of several income sources. The real cost of the safe job mentality isn't just the risk, it's the opportunity cost. When you depend entirely on your job for income, you never develop entrepreneurial skills, never learn to create value outside of employment, never build assets that generate passive income, never develop the risk tolerance necessary for wealth building. Limit your income to whatever your employer decides to pay you. Here's a harsh truth. Your job will never make you wealthy. Jobs are designed to pay you just enough to keep you there, but not enough to become financially independent. That's the business model. Even with promotions and raises, employee income has natural limits. But when you develop skills to create value outside of employment, your income potential becomes unlimited. Perhaps worst of all, the longer you stay in a safe job without developing other skills, the less employable you become elsewhere. Your skills become specific to that company, that industry, that role. You become a specialist in something that might become obsolete. So use your job as a training ground to develop skills that are valuable across industries: sales, marketing, project management, communication, problem solving. These skills transfer everywhere. Start developing alternative income sources while you still have your job. Consulting, freelancing, small business, investments. Start small, but start. Build relationships with people in different industries, different companies, different business models. Your next opportunity will likely come through your network, not job boards. Think like a business owner. Even as an employee, think about how you can create value, solve problems, and contribute to outcomes, not just complete tasks. This mindset will serve you whether you stay employed or start your own business. Build multiple income streams. The wealthy don't have jobs, they have multiple income streams. Start building yours while you have the security of employment. Invest in assets. Use your job income to buy assets that generate passive income, real estate, dividend stocks, businesses. These assets will eventually replace your job income. The goal isn't to quit your job tomorrow. The goal is to use your job as a stepping stone to build real wealth and real security through multiple income sources and valuable skills. True security doesn't come from depending on someone else to pay you. True security comes from your ability to create value in multiple ways for multiple people. That's the difference between job security and financial security. Habit number 7. Borrowing money for consumption. The 7th habit that's keeping you broke is one of the most destructive: borrowing money to pay for consumption rather than investment. This single habit has trapped more people in poverty than almost any other financial mistake. Not all debt is created equal. There are 2 types of debt, and understanding the difference is crucial to your financial future. Good debt: money borrowed to acquire assets that appreciate in value or generate income. This includes mortgages for rental properties, business loans that generate revenue, or student loans for education that increases your earning capacity. Bad debt: money borrowed to purchase things that lose value over time or provide no financial return. Credit cards for dinners, vacations, clothes, cars for personal use, or any loan for consumption. Bad debt is financial poison. It makes you poorer with every payment. Credit cards are often the most common source of bad debt because of their high interest rates and low minimum payments. the average American who carries a balance now owes around $7,500 in credit card debt, with interest rates averaging 21 to 24% APR. No stock market investment can reliably beat that over time. Let me show you how devastating this is. If you have $7,500 in credit card debt at a 22% interest rate and only make minimum payments, you'll end up paying over $20,000 in total, and it could take more than 30 years to finally pay it off. That $7,500 purchase actually costs you $20,000. And here's the kicker, all that extra money going to interest payments is money you could have invested to build real wealth. Here's a real example. Sarah finances a $30,000 car with a 6-year loan at 8% interest. Her monthly payment is $522. After 6 years, she'll have paid approximately $37,600 for a car that's now worth maybe $10,000. She paid $37,600 for something worth $10,000. That's a $27,600 loss. Meanwhile, if she had bought a reliable used car for $8,000 cash and invested the $522 monthly payment at 7% annual return, after 6 years, she would have approximately $47,000 invested. The difference between financing the new car and buying used while investing the difference, about $74,600. That's the real cost of the car loan. Buy now, pay later. Disaster. The newest trap is buy now, pay later services. These make debt feel painless because there's no interest if you pay on time. But they create a dangerous psychology of spending money you don't have. These services train you to buy things with money you haven't earned yet. They normalize the idea of consumption debt. And when life happens, unexpected expenses, job loss, health issues, those no-interest payments become overwhelming. Here's the most important concept to understand. When you borrow for consumption, compound interest works against you instead of for you. Instead of your money growing exponentially over time, you're paying exponentially more for things that are losing value. How to break the consumption debt cycle. The cash-only rule. If you can't afford to pay cash for something, you can't afford it. This applies to everything except true investment purchases. Emergency fund. First, build an emergency fund before making any major purchases. This prevents you from using credit when unexpected expenses arise. Pay off high-interest debt. If you already have consumption debt, pay it off as aggressively as possible. Every dollar of interest you're paying is a dollar that can't grow through investment. Delayed gratification. Wait and save for purchases instead of borrowing. This not only avoids interest, but also gives you time to determine if you really need or want the item. Think total cost. Before borrowing, calculate the total cost, including all interest. That $20,000 car might actually cost $30,000 with financing. Are you willing to pay $30,000 for that car? Value longevity. If you must buy something, focus on items that last longer and provide more value over time. Remember, every dollar you pay in interest for consumption is a dollar stolen from your financial future. The wealthy use debt strategically to acquire assets. The poor use debt to buy stuff. Which group do you want to join? Habit number 8. Waiting too long to start investing. The 8th habit, keeping you broke, is perhaps the most expensive mistake of all. Waiting too long to start investing. This delay costs people hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars over their lifetime. Albert Einstein allegedly called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world, along with the phrase, "He who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't, pays it." Compound interest is when your money makes money, and then that money makes money, and so on. It's exponential growth, not linear growth, but it requires two things: time and consistency. The more time you give it, the more miraculous the results. Let me show you the devastating cost of delay with real numbers. Emma starts investing $300 per month at age 22. She invests for 10 years until age 32, then stops completely. Total investment, $36,000. James starts investing $300 per month at age 32. He invests for 33 years until age 65. Total investment, $118,800. Assuming 7% annual returns. Emma, who invested for only 10 years and stopped at 32, has approximately $570,000 at age 65. James, who invested for 33 years with 3 times more money, has approximately $650,000 at age 65. Emma achieved nearly the same result as James, despite investing $82,800 less, showing the immense power of starting early. Every year you wait to start investing costs you exponentially more than the previous year. Here's what waiting costs someone who could invest $2,000 per year at 7% annual return. Start at 25, have at 65, $540,000. Start at 30, have at 65, $367,000. Cost of 5-year delay, $173,000. Start at 35, have at 65, $244,000. Cost of 10-year delay, $296,000. Start at 40, have at 65, $159,000. Cost of 15-year delay, $381,000. That 15-year delay from 25 to 40 costs $381,000. That's the price of waiting for the perfect time. People wait to invest for many reasons, like, I need to pay off debt. First, I should have more money saved. The market seems risky right now. I need to learn more first. I'll start when I get my next raise. Here's the truth: there will never be a perfect time. The market is always risky. You'll never feel like you have enough money. There will always be more to learn. Some people spend years researching investment strategies, reading books, following experts, but never invest a single dollar. They're waiting to find the perfect approach. Meanwhile, someone who starts investing in a simple index fund immediately, despite knowing less, builds substantial wealth through time in the market. You don't need to be an expert to start. You need to be consistent. The market rewards time more than timing. Starting with small amounts. One of the biggest myths is that you need a lot of money to start investing. This keeps people on the sidelines for years. The truth is, you can start investing with as little as $25 per month through many brokers. The amount isn't important initially, the habit is. Starting with $50 per month is infinitely better than waiting until you can invest $500 per month. Time is more valuable than amount when you're starting. The action steps. Start this week. Open an investment account with a reputable broker. Automate everything. Set up automatic transfers and investments. Start small. Begin with whatever amount you can sustain monthly. Increase. Gradually raise your investment amount as your income grows. Stay consistent. Keep investing regardless of market conditions. Don't check daily. Let compound interest do its work over time. Remember, the best time to start investing was 10 years ago. The second best time is today. Every day you wait is another day of compound growth lost forever. The people who build real wealth through investing aren't the ones who time the market perfectly. They're the ones who start early and stay consistent. Time in the market beats timing the market every single time. Habit number 9. Lack of financial education. The ninth and final habit that's keeping you broke is perhaps the most fundamental: not investing in your financial education. This isn't just about not knowing enough. It's about making financial decisions based on emotion instead of knowledge, following trends instead of principles, and never learning from people who have actually built wealth. Financial illiteracy isn't just expensive, it's devastating. When you don't understand how money works, you make decisions that seem reasonable but are actually wealth-destroying. You buy whole life insurance instead of term life plus investments. You keep money in savings accounts earning 0.5% while inflation eats away 3% per year. You buy individual stocks based on tips instead of building diversified portfolios. You fall for get-rich-quick schemes because you don't understand how real wealth is built. Each of these mistakes can cost you tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. The financially uneducated make decisions with their emotions. They see a stock going up and buy high. They see a stock going down and sell low. They panic during market downturns and make impulsive changes to their investment strategy. The financially educated make decisions with data. They understand market cycles. They know that volatility is normal. They have systems and principles that guide their decisions, not emotions. Most people get their financial education from broke friends, clickbait articles, and social media influencers who make money selling courses, not from their investment returns. If you want to learn about building wealth, learn from people who have actually built wealth through the methods they're teaching, not from people who got rich by selling you information about getting rich. Financial education isn't academic, it's practical. When you understand compound interest, you start investing early. When you understand tax strategies, you keep more of what you earn. When you understand debt, you avoid the traps that keep others broke. 1 hour spent learning about personal finance can save you thousands of dollars in mistakes and earn you thousands more in better decisions. How to build the financial education. Step 1. Start with the fundamentals. Dedicate 30 minutes daily to financial learning. Begin with understanding compound interest, basic investing principles, and how different types of accounts work. Step 2. Create a learning system. Read one personal finance book per month. Listen to reputable financial podcasts during commutes. Follow 3 to 5 legitimate financial educators, not get-rich-quick gurus. Take notes and create a personal financial knowledge base. Step 3. Practice with small amounts. Start investing small amounts while you learn. You'll understand concepts better when you have real money at stake. Begin with $50 to $100 monthly investments while building your knowledge. Step 4. Find financial mentors. Identify people in your network who have successfully built wealth. Ask them about their strategies, mistakes, and lessons learned. Most successful people are willing to share knowledge with genuinely interested learners. Step 5. Track your progress. Keep a financial journal documenting what you learn and how you apply it. Review your investment decisions quarterly. What worked, what didn't, and why. Step 6. Avoid common traps. Don't chase hot tips or trends. Don't let emotions drive investment decisions. Don't try to time the market. Don't invest in anything you don't understand. Your financial transformation starts now. These 9 habits aren't just financial mistakes, they're life patterns that separate those who build lasting wealth from those who struggle financially despite good incomes. The choice is yours. Right now, you're at a crossroads. You can continue with the same habits that have kept you stuck, or you can make the decision to change. The difference between where you are and where you want to be isn't luck, inheritance, or a high-paying job. It's your daily habits around money. Start with one habit. Not all 9, just one. Pick the habit that resonates most strongly with you or the one that's costing you the most money. Focus on changing that single habit for 30 days until it becomes automatic. Then move to the next habit and the next. Within a year, you'll have transformed your entire financial life. Every day you delay making these changes is another day of lost financial opportunity. 10 years from now, you'll arrive somewhere. The question is where? Will you arrive with wealth and financial freedom, or will you arrive with the same financial struggles you have today? That decision isn't made 10 years from now. That decision is made today, with the habits you choose starting right now. The people who build extraordinary wealth aren't lucky. They're not smarter. They don't have special advantages. They simply have better money habits, practiced consistently over time. Your financial future isn't determined by how much money you make. It's determined by how much money you keep, how wisely you invest it, and how consistently you apply wealth-building principles over time. These 9 habits are the foundation of every financial success story and the root of every financial struggle. Change the habits, change the outcome. Start today. Start now. Your wealthy future self is counting on it.